Hey everyone, welcome to Bad Beat Sports Betting. I'm Dave, joined by Steve over here.
Yep, happy week.
Steve,
Happy week too, everyone. We've made it this far.
yeah, you got off to a hot start with that backdoor cover with from the Bengals the other day.
Yes, we did.
Beat me. Uh, so last week we didn't record anything, but we still made picks. Steve went 5-7-1. I went 6-8-1.
Yeah, Dave got off to a hot start last week with the pretty bold pick taking Washington to beat the spread there. I called him
Yeah,
nuts for it.
them and the Jaguars both won their games, but they also covered the spread too, obviously. But then I lost some other games like the Dolphins. I had the Falcons beating the Seahawks. That was a bad miss. And the Browns covering, which clearly did not happen. Browns 0-2 against the spread so far this year.
Yes, yeah, I did not foresee the Eagles losing to the football team, so that
Well,
got
the
off
thing
to a
is,
bad
they
start.
lost three offensive linemen before the game. Miles Sanders didn't play, and the Washington, I'm going to call them the Redskins by accident at one point. But the WFTs, the football club, they have a pretty good pass rush. 8 sacks. Chase Young, who did they draft? Montez Sweat, Carrigan. They're a good group.
Yeah, I
I
just
can see them
I just didn't
maybe
expect
surprising
Dwayne
for the division.
Haskins to play all right. He actually played decent.
Yeah, if he just looks competent and doesn't turn the ball over, that defense can get it done. Do you want to get to some week 2 picks now?
Yep,
Week 1's in the past.
yep.
Look toward the future.
So yeah, I already started off with Beng- with the Bengals beating the spread by like what, a point? What was it, +6 odds there?
Yeah, they beat it on the last second field goal to Tyler Boyd. I knew it too. It was right after the Islanders lost. It was just two bad things right in a row.
Well, bad for you, okay for me.
Burrow looks like a good quarterback. I'm a little bit worried about his health, throwing the ball 60 times in only his second NFL game. But
Yeah, they gotta fix that. They can't keep doing that.
yeah, and he's running for his life. I know you're not gonna. I know you're not gonna pick for this one because we don't pick for our own teams. But I really like the Giants today, +5.5 against the Bears. The last 5 times these two teams met, they've covered the spread.
Yeah,
So I think it's going to be a close game.
like,
I think both quarterbacks are going to be scrambling. I would
yeah,
also take Saquon Barkley's over for yards. There's no way he gets held for another terrible game like last week. He's going to go over 71.5 is what DraftKings has his number at.
yeah. I could see this being a. It's definitely gonna be a close game, and I could see the Giants technically pulling off the win. But as I'm not gonna pick since it's a little bias here. Next game we got though is was it Rams Eagles?
Yeah, this game was one. There's 3 games on the schedule this week. I'll hold my hand up. 3 games that I had trouble picking, and this was one of them. I kept on going back and forth on. Which way are you? I think we both are thinking the same way. But which way are you going with this game?
Okay, so yeah, I see this game going either way. It really comes down to it's hard to see the Eagles drop to 0-2 this year, but I am taking the Rams to cover that 1.5 spread just because I mean the Rams still have a good defense and the Eagles O line as we discussed before, a little banged up.
Yeah, I
I,
can
I
see Aaron Donald wrecking the game a little bit.
yeah,
The only thing going for the Eagles is that they're too good to be an 0-2 team, so it's hard to pick against them 2 weeks in a row. And the Rams are coming across the country to play them, but I don't know. I just feel like the Rams -1.5 is the way to go.
yeah, I agree. So the next game you're not picking, but we got Jets and 49ers, and I mean this one, it's the point spread is 6.5 for the 49ers, and I'm gonna take them to cover that spread. I just that defense. The 49ers defense against a pretty rattled Jets offense last week. You know, the Jets already showed that they don't really compete well against good defenses against the Bills. I do expect the Jets to look a little bit better, but I definitely think the 49ers win by at least a touchdown here.
Yeah, I'm holding out hope just because of the 49ers injuries, but I don't have enough confidence in Sam Darnold or Adam Gase to cover a touchdown. Next, we got the Panthers at the Bucks.
Yeah.
The spread is I think it's pretty big for a divisional game in week 2, 8.5 points.
Oh, I agree. I think yeah. So I'm going with the Panthers to beat the spread here. I do not think the Panthers will win. I do not see Brady dropping to 0-2, even though it's the new era Brady with the Bucks. I still just don't see it happening. But yeah, I would expect a close game here. I mean, the Panthers didn't even look too bad last week.
Yeah, they played the Raiders to the last couple minutes of the game. But I agree with you. I don't think that they win. Brady's never been 0-2 in his professional career. I don't think that starts this year. But it'll be a close game. It's a divisional matchup. But I think these two teams, obviously different quarterbacks on both sides, but they met last year, week 2, and it came down to a goal line stand in the last minute of the game. So I think it'll be a same deal here.
Yep. Yeah, definitely close one. All right,
I can see it being I can see both teams trying to go ground and pound. Obviously, McCaffrey's on one side, and then
I face him in fantasy this week.
McCaffrey. Yeah. So you're playing Jimmy.
Yeah, stupid Jimmy.
Good luck. He beat me last week. But the Panthers are also a pretty bad running team running defense as they showed last week. So I could see Ronald Jones and Fournette potentially having big games here. Maybe scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think if the Bucks win, I think it's gonna be through the air.
You think so? Are Godwin and Evans both out?
I think Godwin's out, but Evans is in.
Gotcha.
I think. I mean, that's at least as of 9:15 this morning. Next, we got Vikings at Colts, with the line set at Colts by 3.
Yeah, this game was the second tough game of the week. I think Colts -3 just because they're the home team. It's basically a pick'em.
Yeah.
Both teams are 0-1. Both teams have too good a defense, I think, to fall to 0-2. I'm going Vikings to cover. I think it's whichever team has the last second drive is going to fall short because of their quarterback. Phillip Rivers made a career out of doing that, and Kirk Cousins doesn't give you much confidence with the last minute drive.
Yeah, see, this is where we definitely differ. I'm taking Vikings money line here. I think I know even with that like Diggs and everything, I still think the Vikings are the better team than the Colts. I'm a bit of a Rivers hater. I mean, I know it's regular season Rivers where he actually plays good football, unlike postseason Rivers, but I just think the Vikings are the better team here, and I just really don't see them losing to the Colts here. I really don't.
Also to point out, Vikings are playing in a dome in Indianapolis, so that could help them.
Yeah, granted, I don't know if weather is really a big factor yet in the season.
Well, no, it's just like since Kirk Cousins has taken over, they obviously play in a dome in Minnesota. And on the road, they play better in domes too. A big spread for the Broncos and Steelers game.
Yeah, I don't get why the spread's this big. I get that a lot of people like to think that the Steelers are a Super Bowl contender. I don't personally see that. I think their defense is phenomenal, but I mean, everyone likes to crap on my Giants, and we held in there pretty well throughout the game for a bottom-dwelling team. So either that says the Giants are a better team than people give them credit for, or the Steelers are not as good as we like to think. I mean, not to say that defense is definitely something to respect, but I could see this being a close game. I don't think the Broncos are a terrible team.
No, they have a good defense. They should be able to move the ball. I think it'll definitely be low scoring, especially in the first half. Very ball control, field position type of game.
This is definitely,
especially if the Steelers can't establish the run.
Definitely an under if you're gonna take an under this week. But
yeah, I go with Broncos +7.
Me too.
Not to win, but it'll be closer than a touchdown. Falcons at Cowboys. This was the last really tough game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going Falcons money line.
Yeah, so Cowboys just unpredictable. I don't know why. Maybe it's that McCarthy coaching. They looked a lot like McCarthy Packers the other day, where Dak was playing all right and getting no help from his receivers all game, and yet he's gonna get all the blame for that. I'm gonna take Cowboys to cover the spread here. I think they're too good of a team to drop to 0-2. I know we like to make the meme that all the Cowboys fans always get their hopes up for the Super Bowl every year to be disappointed, but like they have a good team this year. They really do, especially that offense. Deep at receiver. Dak's a decent quarterback for sure, and got Zeke running.
Yeah, their one problem is in their secondary though, and I think Atlanta might be a team that could exploit that, given they have two really dominant receivers and a good tight end. I don't know. I think that I'm also a semi Falcons fan and a Cowboys hater, so that probably goes into my money line pick. But we'll see what happens. I think it'll be a close game, a shootout game. Neither
Yeah,
team's
for sure.
defense really comes to play.
Just think the Cowboys pull off for whatever reason. I can't see them dropping 0-2. If they do, as a Giants fan, it's gonna be kind of funny. All right, next we got Bills at Dolphins with the Bills are favored to win by 5.5. I'm taking Bills to cover that. I just the defense is good. Dolphins are not a good team.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just weary of a Ryan Fitzpatrick Fitzmagic
Yeah,
game,
you never know.
but
I guess.
I feel like it's too early in the season for one of those.
Yeah, I
So
just
yeah, I think the Bills will cover.
I also just think the Bills are for real this year.
Yeah. Well, this Miami should be a bigger test than the Jets were last week, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, Diggs and Allen looked like they had a lot of chemistry, a lot of pitch and catches, hitting him on the sideline and stuff like that. That duo could be dangerous.
Yeah, I liked how Allen played last week. He just looked confident all game long.
Yeah, I think they'll probably scale back on the running a little bit because
Yeah, they got it. Otherwise, they're
did
gonna
run a
kill
lot
him.
and he fumbled twice. But yeah, definitely a good quarterback. He also slid before contact a lot more than he did last year. We got Lions at Packers. I think we're gonna disagree on this one.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers hater over here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm a I perpetually hate on Aaron Rodgers. I think he's gonna prove me wrong this year, but this game I can't see it being more than a touchdown. It's another divisional game. They're always close. The teams know each other very well. The last four times the Packers and Lions have squared off with Matt Stafford under center for the Lions, the game's been decided by 4 points or less. So I'm going Lions plus 6.5.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I get why the spread is this big for this game, considering the Lions are kind of trash. But I just, I'm gonna take the Packers to cover. I think they're light years better of a team than this Lions team. The Lions, they played Bears last week.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
lost as DeAndre Swift.
yeah, they were
Got
holding
that.
the lead all game long, and then pissed it away at the very end. I mean, think we're looking. I mean, I for sure see the Packers being a playoff team this year, and the Lions I see being a basement dwelling team, and I think the Packers got to take advantage of this, even though no divisional game is ever an easy game on the schedule, but this will be one of their easier games on the schedule. And I think they got to take advantage of it. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll see if the Lions play for Matt Patricia.
yeah. So
He's definitely on the hot seat. He's not a good coach. He should be fired.
yeah,
Gotcha. They are at home.
yeah, next game I think we're definitely agreeing on. We got Jags at Titans. Titans are favored to win by 7.5 here. I think that's pretty
Yeah,
reasonable.
we both took the cover. I I kind of wanted to go with Minshew Mania again like last week, but the Titans,
Titans are a good team.
yeah, they're a different animal than Indianapolis.
Good old
And
Derrick
they also
Henry.
didn't look too good last week. I think that they'll come out trying to really establish their running game this week.
Yeah, I don't see like I think Minshew is a okay quarterback. He's serviceable. He's definitely not the worst in the league for sure. But there's just so many other glaring issues with this Jaguars team that I just you're talking about a team that now they're playing a team that just went to the AFC Championship. What 6 months ago, and I don't see this being that close of a game. I definitely think Titans will cover that 7.5 spread.
Mm. Yeah, I'll be watching just to make sure there's no backdoor cover, but I'm pretty confident in this one. Next, Washington football team at the Cardinals.
See, I had trouble picking with this one. Um, I don't think either team is that great. I think the Cardinals are a slightly better team than the Redskins, football teams, than the Washington, the WFT. I I think the Cardinals will win this game, but I just see it being closer than a 7 point game. As I said, we got that good defense from Washington. If Haskins could play like he did last week, where he does what he doesn't turn the ball over, or at least not too often. I could see this being closer than 7 points, so that's kind of why I'm taking Washington to beat the spread.
Yeah, you're gonna know what's gonna happen with this game within the first 10 minutes, because if the Cardinals come out and strike fast with some scores, it's gonna be tough for Washington to keep up. But if the defense comes out and maybe gives Kyler Murray some trouble, makes him throw it away, or even sacks him, then I think it'll be a close game throughout. But you'll know within the first quarter what the game's gonna look like.
I think it really comes down.
I'm taking the Cardinals -7 though. I think that they'll cover.
I think this kind of comes down to how confident Haskins looks, and if Washington's defense can slow the pace of Arizona down, which I think that could actually happen pretty easily.
Yeah, they don't have a good offensive line. Obviously, I just think it'll be tough to actually bring Murray down because of how elusive he is. Like, he's definitely more elusive than Carson Wentz, and he gets the ball out a lot quicker. There's a lot of big numbers in the spread column, including the next game, Ravens at Texans. The Ravens are 7.5-point favorites on the road.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, and I'm actually taking it. Just like I'm not the biggest Lamar Jackson fan actually, but this Ravens team, I think the Texans are also looking a little rattled after their whipping from the Chiefs a week ago. I'm taking the Ravens here. I mean, it's just hard to not. It's hard to not take the Ravens here, I think.
We also saw the Texans struggle against the run against the Chiefs, and I think the Ingram, Dobbins, Jackson trio is a little bit tougher to stop than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, as good as he was. So I think that's going to be the Ravens are going to be in control for most of this game, I think.
I agree.
Texans fall to 0-2. Bill O'Brien takes the heat.
He's done after this season. Definitely done.
I don't know. He's been there forever, no matter what.
I don't know how.
Then this next game is the game you kind of already know that the Chiefs could win with their third stringers against the Chargers. I think.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think that Tyrod? I get it. It's 8 points, so there could be a late touchdown. But do you really trust Tyrod Taylor to lead a team down the field and do that?
No, I think the point spread should be higher. If anything, Chiefs by 8 is a generous one.
This should be like didn't the Patriots have like a 14
is
and a half?
14.5 against the Giants in Super Bowl 42.
I think they had it might have been last year. It might have been against the Dolphins. I'm pretty sure they had like a 20-point spread or something like that.
Jeez. But yeah, I could totally see this being like a 12-point spread game.
Yeah, solely because of the quarterback. Like, the Chargers have some good pieces on defense, but Tyrod Taylor is just not the guy you want under center.
And if the Chiefs are able to beat the Texans as bad as they did last week, and I think the Texans are a better team than the Chargers, I think this is a pretty easy pick here. I think most people would agree with the Chiefs by 8 here.
Mm-hmm. And then Patriots at Seahawks. Repeat of Super Bowl. I don't even remember what number it was.
44? No.
No, it was definitely later than that.
46 was Giants, Pats. 45 was the one that was played in MetLife. I mean, not 45. 46, 48. Super Bowl 48.
48. This is a different Seahawks team this year. They're going to Pete Carroll said that they want to run more, but I think that's just one of those classic saying stuff so the other team plans for it. I think they're just going to let Russell Wilson go off or win the MVP this year.
Yeah.
Seahawks -4 is, I think it's a great spread. A lot of money is coming in on the Patriots, but they just don't have the firepower to keep up. They're more of a ground and pound team this year, whereas the Seahawks could win with quick strikes.
Yeah, it's a this is tougher pick for me than you, I suppose. Then I find it. I think I know Pats are Brady list, but I just they're a well coached team. I still think Belichick is the man. I am taking Seahawks here. One because I like the Seahawks. I like Russell Wilson. But yeah, I think I definitely could see the Seahawks winning this game. I think they're the better overall team than the Patriots, and I expect to see Cam struggle a little bit against the Seahawks.
He also said he forgot what the soreness feels like. So I'm interested to see if they hold him back a little bit more. I think he carried it 15 times last week.
Oh yeah, they gotta.
Maybe they draw it back to like 8 to 10 carries because you don't want him wearing out so early in the season.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even want him running too much anymore. He's a little bit injury prone.
Well, that'll be the storyline then. Could they win on his arm and not his leg? Then we have the last game. This game I really wanted to pick the Raiders minus five and the Saints are 5.5 point favorites. I wanted to pick the Raiders to cover, but then I looked as like a trap game situation coming off beating the Bucks and Brady week 1. But then I looked at Breeze's numbers on Monday night and he owns it.
It's gonna be
like
hard
he has to be the announcer of Monday Night Football when he retires because it's just his home. I think he's 10-2. He holds all the passing records. This is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I don't see this being close. I definitely agree with you there. And it's in Las Vegas. So I guess does home field advantage really matter that much this season?
I don't think just travel like
I know some teams have fans, but even 25%, even like a 25% capacity crowd isn't gonna be the 12th man.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just more of a travel thing. Like I think the 49ers are going to be in New York back-to-back weeks, so I could see that being an issue, staying in hotels versus like staying at home. But as far as like the crowd and the noise, you could probably hear the coaches from the sideline calling out the plays so clearly, like a high school scrimmage or something.
Yeah, I feel this has got to be a good season to be a rookie quarterback. It's got to be a lot easier to get the play, communicate with your coach.
Yeah, bro.
Like imagine going to be a rookie quarterback this year, having to travel to New Orleans and be like, oh, there's no crowd. I could hear everything.
Yeah, this is actually a nice stadium when you're not getting heckled.
But yeah, I take Saints by 5.5 here. Not too many bold picks for me this week. I think the closest to a bold pick is the Vikings money line for me.
I guess the Falcons would kind of be a bold one for me.
Yeah, and I guess maybe Panthers keeping it close against the Bucks, but I don't consider that bold. It's a divisional.
Yeah, that spread is just insane. The Bucks are
that's
getting
the
too
Brady
much
effect.
especially for what they looked like last week.
Yeah, hopefully I have some luck today. I had some luck last night with hockey. Took that Dallas money line.
Did you see there was some guy bet $40,000 on the over for the Tulsa Oklahoma State game, and I think it was like 40 something points was the over under. The score was 16-7.
Oh jeez, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and it was like
how often do college football games actually go under?
They don't.
I feel like I'd never bet the under in a college game.
Yeah, that was just really bad luck.
Quick run through, in case you didn't figure it out through our mumblings throughout this. I'm taking 49ers 6.5. Panthers will beat the 8.5. Vikings money line. Broncos to beat a 7-point spread. Cowboys to cover -4. Bills to cover -5.5. Packers to cover 6.5. Titans to cover 7.5. The football team to beat 7. Ravens to cover 7.5. Chiefs to cover 8. Seahawks to cover 8. And Saints to cover 5.5. So I'm choosing a lot of covers this week.
Yeah, not too. I think each of us only picked one money line. I got Giants 5.5, Rams -1.5, Panthers to cover +8.5, Vikings +3, Broncos +7, Falcons to win outright, Bills -5.5, Lions to cover 6.5 point spread, Titans by a touchdown, Cardinals by a touchdown, Ravens by a touchdown, Chiefs by 8 points, Seahawks and Saints both to cover their spreads on the primetime games.
Well, good luck, Dave. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully, there'll be some monetary gains.
Yeah,
for
hopefully we
everyone.
helped a couple people out.
All right. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you next week.